Today we're going to be working on Leetcode question number 63, unique paths. So a robot is located on the top left corner of M cross N grid, marked as starred in the diagram below. Okay, the robot can move only down, either down or right, at any point in time. The robot is trying to reach to the bottom right corner of the grid marked finished in the diagram below. Now consider if some obstacles are added to the grid, how many unique paths would there be? An obstacle in space is marked as 1, and 0 represents that. And oh, okay, yeah, the obstacle is gonna be 1, and if you can go there, it's marked as 0. So in this case, we have only 2 ways in order to get to the star. So yeah, kind of very similar to the previous question, but now this time we have obstacles. So the way we're gonna be doing it is we do have the obstacle grid. Okay, we're gonna iterate our I equals to 0 to the basically the obstacles number of rows, and then our j is gonna go from 0 to the obstacles columns. So basically we're gonna see that the obstacle grid 0th element, and then that's length of that. So that being said, what we have to see here is if the obstacle grid is basically at that ith and the jth index is basically equals to 1, that means like we have an obstacle there. What we're gonna be saying, okay, that the obstacle grid is gonna become equal to that one is gonna be equal to 0. So we wanna change it to 0. Otherwise, what we're gonna be doing is like we're gonna say that if the I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, meaning if we are actually just starting from the first one, in that case the obstacle grid of ij is gonna become equal to 1. Otherwise, now for the rest of that, what we have to do here is the obstacle grid of ij is gonna become equal to, so now we have to calculate it that okay, we should be able to get here because there's no obstacle in it. So what we have to do here is, first of all, either it is the first row or not. If it is not the first row, then in that case we're gonna say that the obstacle grid uh, is gonna be equal to, at that index is gonna be equal to the uh, previous row, like the element on top of it. Otherwise, if it is the first row, then we're gonna say that it's the value is equal to 0. Plus, we're gonna check the column. Is the column the first column or not? If it is not, it's gonna be equal to the previous column. Otherwise, it's just gonna be the 0th value. That being said, and then we're gonna be returning the last element, basically the m, like the, what do you call, the m cross nth element of the obstacle grid. Let's see if it works. Oops, obstacle grid 0. Oops, there's a typo here. let's see how does it do with the other test cases, and it did pass.